Yo, what's poppin' gang? It's your boy Jit back with another video. Today's video is going to be a tutorial video of how to build a 1v1 map in Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 2. But before we get into this video, you guys know my saying. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It don't cost you no paper unless you're a motherfucking hater. But let's get into the video. So once you spawn inside creative, what you want to do is you want to run over here to this little machine thingy right here, and you want to go to create new, and then you want to choose the large grid island and click confirm. And once you click confirm, it'll give you a choice to name your island. For the sake of this video, I'm going to name it BHE 1V1, and then once we do that, we want to hit confirm. Now we wait for it to load, and then we go into the island. Alright, so once we spawn in, you want to go to the middle, and then you want to go to your inventory, and then you want to go to galleries, and you want to type in indestructible. But for the sake of some of you guys' spelling, you can just type in IND and go to indestructible gallery and click on open. And once you click on open, you want to go and use this store right here. It should be next to the vault door, and now you want to go to place now. Alright, so after you place the first one in the middle, what you want to do is you want to ping it. That way you can use that as a reference point in the future to find out where the middle of the map is. Once you do that, you want to extend 5 tiles in each of the 4 directions from the middle. When you're done, it should look like a cross. So we're going to knock that out real quick. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we're just going to copy the middle tile again, and then we're just going to fill in the rest of these empty spaces until we have a full flat. Okay, so now that the first part of our foundation is out the way, what we want to do now is we want to add some walls around it. So to do that, we got to go into the inventory, and then we want to choose the indestructible wall and go to place now. And then we want to go to the edge of the flat, and we want to just build walls all around it. So let's get that out the way. So once you're done with that step, what you want to do is you want to come back over here to the middle. You want to copy the tile that's in the middle, and then you want to take it over here to the corner. And basically what you want to do is you want to fill out the whole top area of this platform. Once you do that step, this will complete the platform. Okay, so now we're finished with that. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna place some 1v1 ramps. So to find the 1v1 ramps, we're gonna go back to the indestructible gallery, and we're gonna choose the ramps right here. Once you choose that, you're gonna go to place now. You may need to rotate it, but make sure it's facing the right direction. Once you place that one, you're gonna turn around, and then you're gonna place your next one. Okay, so now that we're done with that, what we're gonna do next is place our barrier / background. So what we need to do first is go up under the map. We need to find out exactly where the ramps are, because we're gonna place a barrier right below the ramp. So to find the barrier, we would need to go into inventory. We're gonna go down and click barrier plate device, and then we're gonna go to place now. And once we have that out, we're gonna look down, and then we're gonna place it on this tile right here. And after that, we're going to go to the settings, and for the settings, the barrier style, we're going to change it to nebula, which is, you know, the regular BHE 1v1 background. Enable during phase all. We're going to put the box to hollow. That's just in case that you don't get any type of weird glitches. But the barrier width, we're going to put it at 50. The barrier depth at 50. And then we're going to put the barrier height at 100. And that is it for those settings. So as you can see now, we have the nebula background. Alright, so the next thing we're going to add to this map is what they call a mutator zone. It's basically the barrier outside the map. Once you fall out the map, it'll teleport you back inside the map. So to get a mutator zone, what you want to do is you want to go to your inventory, you want to go to devices, and then you want to go up and you want to type in mutator. Or you can just type a M-U here, mutator zone plate, and then you want to equip that. And then now we're gonna go in, and then we're gonna place it right next to the barrier, and then we're gonna place it like that. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the settings tab, and then we're gonna change the zone width to 100. We're gonna change the zone depth to 100, and then we're gonna change the zone height to 0.5. Okay, so now you can see we got the mutator zone set up on the outside of the platform. So once we fall outside the map, we should teleport back in. Okay, so now we're going to set up some teleporters. To find the teleporters, you want to go in back into your inventory section, go to devices, type in teleporter, and you want to click on the teleporter and go to place now. So from here, you want to just adjust it right outside the ramps how you want to. So that's what we're going to do now. But the teleporters, what they're going to do is they're going to work with the mutator zone. So if you fall outside the map, you're going to spawn right back what the actual teleporter is. So we're going to just place this how we want it right now, just get it adjusted how we want it. Okay, so going inside the settings tab, we want to change the teleporter group to none. We want to change the teleporter target group to none. Then we want to come down and we want to change the teleporter rift visible, no. Play visual effects, no. Play sound effects, no. Now we're going to change conservative momentum to no. And then we're going to come down and in teleport to when receiving from, we're going to put in channel 100. Okay, so now we're going to work on our reset build button. So what we want to do here is we want to go inside of inventory, and we want to go to devices, and we want to pick up a button and go to place now. And here we're going to put it right outside of the ramps, and now we're just going to adjust it how we want to and then fit it in place. Alright, once it's fit in place, what we want to do is come to the settings, and the indirect time we want to put 1 second, and then we want to come down and we want to find the interaction text section, and inside of here we want to type bills reset. Bro, what the fuck? Like, why is my text? Why does it keep doing it? Why I keep doing it?
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Okay, so now that we're done with that, what you want to come down to and where it says when interacted with transmit, what you want to do is type in channel 149 and press OK. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to go back into our inventory and devices, and we want to type in a trigger, and we want to grab that thing and we want to place it now, and we want to place it right under this button. And first we're going to rotate it, make sure it's all straight and lined up, and then we're going to place it right near this button. So now we're going to go inside the settings tab, and there are going to be a few settings that we're going to change inside of here. But the first one we're going to change is trigger by player. We're going to turn it off. Trigger by damage off. Trigger by vehicles off. We're going to come down and trigger by sequencers off. Trigger by water off. We're going to come to trigger when receiving from, and we're going to type in channel 149. And then finally we're going to come to when trigger transmitted on. We're going to change that to 150, and then we're going to hit OK. Okay, so once you're done with that step, what you want to do is you want to select the buttons, and then you want to select one of the tiles on the floor that's closest to it, and then you want to copy it, and then you want to paste it on the opposite side of the ramps, and you want to make sure that both sides of the buttons are lined up perfectly. Okay, so now you want to come back to the trigger that you placed under your button. You want to copy it, and then you want to come and paste it somewhere on the edge of the map. These are going to be the triggers that reset your build, so pay close attention to the settings. Now once you place it down, you want to go inside the settings tab, and the only settings that you want to change is trigger when receiving from. You want to change that to 150, and then when trigger transmit on, you want to change that to channel 1, and then you want to press OK. Okay, so we're going to take that one and we're going to copy and paste it right above it, and then we're going to go inside the settings tab, and the only two settings that we want to change is to transmit every X triggers. We want to change that one to 2, and then we want to come down and change when trigger transmit on, and we're going to change that one to 2. So basically what you're doing is you're adding a point to those two settings every time you add a trigger. Also keep in mind the number of triggers that you configure with the settings depends on the number of times that you want the build to reset. Okay, so one super important step that I forgot to let you guys know about the triggers is that you want to have the trigger sound disabled, you want to have the trigger VFX disabled, and then you also want to have visible in game on no. Make sure you put those settings for all of them, including the one that's under the button over here by the ramps, so everything will work properly when you try to reset the builds. Okay, so for your next step, you want to go inside your inventory, and then you want to go to devices, and you want to type in objective device gallery. And once you place that down, you basically don't need any of this stuff except for the explosive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all of the extra stuff that we don't need. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to take our explosive and we're going to come and put it down here in the middle of these two ramps. Okay, so now we want to come inside the settings tab, and at health, we want to change the health to invulnerable. And then we want to change the blast radius to 20. Also, we want to change visible during games off. Then we want to play audio off, collision during games off. And then we want to change destroy when receiver from channel 1. And then we want to hit OK. Okay, so for each trigger that we have on the edge of the map, we have to have one explosive for it. So since we have 50 triggers, we need 50 explosives. And so all we have to do is copy and paste and stack one on top of the other. Only changing one setting, which is the destroy when receiving from. Every time you create one, you want to add a point. Okay, so now we're going to work on the area where our items and our consumables spawn. So what we want to do is go to devices, we want to type in item spawner, and we want to choose that, and we want to place it now. Depending on how many weapons and consumables that you choose to use depends on how many item spawners that you use, but for the sake of this video, I'm only going to use 10. Okay, so now you want to go to the settings tab, and the only settings that you want to change is base visible during game. You want to turn that off, and then time before first spawn, you want to put instant, and then time between spawns, instant, and then hit OK. Okay, so now that you're done with that, you can go inside the weapons tab and choose all of the weapons that you want to customize your map with. To use them with the spawner, all you have to do is go on top of the spawner and just drop the weapon on top, and it'll just catch it like a magnet. Okay, so now we're going to be setting up player spawners. This is for when players spawn into the game. So what we're going to do is go to devices, we're going to type in player spawner, and then we're going to choose player spawn pad, and then we're going to place it now, and we're going to come over here to one of the corners of the map, and then we're going to place one here. And depending on how many people that you play with or plan on playing with, that's how many you want to put. But for the sake of this video, I'm only going to put 10. Alright, so now when you're done placing those down, you want to come and customize the settings. And the settings that you want to change is visible during game. You want to place no, and then you want to hit OK. Okay, so now we're going to add a device that ends the game once all of your build resets run out. So what you want to do is go to your inventory slot, you want to go to devices, and then you want to type in team settings and inventory. And then once you find that, you want to click on it, and then you want to hit equip, and then you want to come back outside to your map, and then you want to place it somewhere on the edge of the map. Next, you want to go inside of the settings, and the only setting that you want to change is in round when receiving from channel 120. And then you want to hit OK. Okay, so the next step in this process is you want to come back over here to your explosives, and you want to come to the last one that you placed. For me, that'll be 50. And the setting that you want to change here is when destroy transmit on channel 119. And once you place that, you want to hit OK. Okay, so now that we've done that, we want to come back over here by the device that we just placed, and we want to go into our devices tab, and we want to type in timed objective, and we want to click on this little clock right here, and then we want to go to place now. And we want to place it right next to the other device that we just placed, and you may have to rotate it so the time is facing you. And now we're going to go inside the settings tab, and where it says timer label text, we're going to type in out of build resets. You can customize it and type in whatever you want to, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to type in out of build resets. Visible during game, we're going to turn that off. We're going to come down urgency mode, we're going to disable that. And then we're gonna come in when completed, transmit on channel 120. Alright, so the last item I'm gonna add is changing booth. So we're gonna go into devices, we're gonna type in changing booth, and we're gonna go over here and select that, and we're gonna place it now, and we're gonna place it on the edge of the map. But make sure you rotate it where the door that you walk into is facing you, and then we can just place that joint right here on the edge of the map, like so. Okay, so last but not least, we're gonna change the island settings. So what you wanna do is come to my island. You wanna come down to time limit. You wanna change that to none. You wanna come down to joint in progress. You wanna put spawn. Auto start, you wanna change that joint to 15 seconds. So we're gonna change that right now to 15 seconds. Game start countdown, we wanna turn that off. We wanna go to starting shields. We wanna change that to 100. Infinite ammo, infinite consumables. Environmental damage, you wanna change that to off. And now health granted on an elimination, you want to change that to 200 so you get your 200 health for your kill. So we're gonna set that real quick. And then next you want to come down to win condition, and you want to change that to eliminations, tiebreaker eliminations, and that'll be it. Okay, so now that we've done everything, we're inside the map. We started the game, now we finna test everything out. You see we got the weapons here. We're gonna pick up 2 weapons. Alright, see the weapons are respawning, and now we got to go off the side of the map. Okay, that works. We respawn back inside the map. Okay, now we're going to see if the building reset works. That's the most important part. So we're going to crank some 90s, and we're going to jump down real quick. Let's go see if it works. Let's go. It works. It works. It works. Alright, you guys, that's it for me. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions about building this map, hit me in the comment section below and I'll reach back out to you. But other than that, peace in the Middle East, and I'm slick like chicken grease. Peace.
Yeah, I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time.